Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, boss.
We will start our company meeting right now. Now, let's talk about strengthening our liquidity. Here's what we stand. Our current ratio is increased from 6.05 to 7.90, nearly RM8 ringgit in assets for every 1 ringgit in liability. And our key ratio is improved from 4.35 to 5.71, showing we are not relying on inventory to meet obligation. And our cash ratio is rose from 3.15 to 4.33, giving us a significant cash receipt. We have a strong foundation, but excess liquidity means missed opportunities for growth. Let's focus on making our liquidity work harder for us. Thoughts?
Our cash surplus is good safety net, but it's not generating return. Here my suggestion. First, we invest a portion in short-term funds to earn better return. Second, prepay high interest loan to reduce financial costs. Third, we will improve cash flow forecasting to ensure fund aligned with operational and strategic needs. This will help us optimize liquidity while maintaining stability.
I agree with our cash manager. Our receivable are another area where we can adjust liquidity. Here, what I observe. First, collection delays. Our collection period is longer than industry standards, meaning cash is tied up in receivable instead of being available for operation. My second opinion is credit terms. Our credit policies might be too lenient, which is contributing to delayed collection. To address this, I suggest tightening our credit terms, such as reducing the payment window for customer from 60 days to 45 days. Number two, offering a 2-5 discount for customers who pay within 15 to 30 days. This can incentivize quicker payments. And the last one, automating our invoicing and payment reminders to ensure timely follow-up on outstanding payment. By implementing this measure, we can significantly shorten the receivable collection cycle, freeing up cash for other use.
Okay, I agree with our account receivable manager or the AR manager for his point and suggestions. But let me tell you guys something. We need to focus on the investor's perspective. Our liquidity ratios are undoubtedly impressive. However, in the past few months, I've been receiving a lot of questions that the stakeholders might raise their questions about whether we're going to be too conservative with our cash reserve. Here's what we can do to manage the investors' perceptions and enhance shareholders' value. So first, to communicate stability. By emphasize that our high liquidity positions is a strategic decision to protect against potential market uncertainties and economic downturns. And secondly, I can say we should do a showcase growth plan, like highlighting how we can plan to reinvest the surplus funds into initiatives like product development, market expansion, or technology upgrade. And the third one, we must enhance shareholder returns. Consider distributing dividends or initiating a share buyback program. This action not only reward shareholders but also show that the company is effectively managing its surplus funds. This balanced approach will reassure the stakeholders that we're not only safeguarding the company's financial health but also focusing on growth and value creation. That's all from me.
Thank you all for the input. Here's our final action plan to strengthen our liquidity. First, invest surplus cash strategically and consider repaying our high interest debt. Second, tighten receivable management to accelerate cash inflows. Finally, develop a stakeholder communication plan emphasizing stabilizing and growth. Focus on our next objective. Our next objective for today is to assess whether we should proceed with debt financing or expansion or consider alternative funding options such as equity funds. To equity ratio rose from 5.33 in 2022 to 6.64 in 2023, and our debt to assets ratio increased from 0.84 to 0.87 at the same time. Our interest coverage ratio dropped significantly from 0.61 to 7.21.
That's quite a lot of drop. So, are we saying we're leaning more on debt, but losing some capacity to cover interest payments? No. If we keep doing this, our company will go bankrupt.
Exactly, that's the concept.
And with more debt come more financial risk, a higher debt equity ratio means we lose flexibility and leave ourselves exposed to economic downturn. If interest rates climb, cost will raise and borrowing become harder.
True, but let's put this into perspective. Compared to our industry, we are still ahead. Most firms like ours have a debt equity of 1.2 and an interest coverage of 3.5, while our coverage is better. The sharp decline from 20.61 to 7.21 is concerning.
Wait, let me see. Alright, I see the point, but that will give us the funds we need to grow, right? We could expand capacity or even launch new products. That's the trade-off, right?
Exactly. But after weighing the risk, I think we should consider alternative funding options like equity financing rather than taking on more debt.
Is spending for growth, but with our current level of debt, we are risking too much in terms of financial flexibility. Equity financing might be dilute ownership, but it will reduce financial strain and ensure stability.
Well, it's definitely a safer road. Equity financing would improve our balance sheet, giving us the capital needed without the high risk associated with more debt.
It's true. Equity financing sounds really good. It will reduce the burden of fixed payment and give us more flexibility. However, we need to ensure that ownership dilution doesn't significantly affect control over the business.
Right. Equity financing comes with that trade-off, but it seems like the best way forward to manage risk while still positioning ourselves for growth.
Yeah, with equity financing, we can boost our financial stability and be more agile in uncertain times. The long-term benefit outweigh the short-term drawbacks in dilution.
Okay, I will start preparing the necessary financial models to show how we can structure the equity risk and the potential impact on our balance sheet.
Excellent. Let's focus on equity financing moving forward. I will work on presenting this option to the board. Thanks everyone. We will focus to our next agenda.
Thank you, boss.
Welcome, boss.
We start by sharing where we stand with our efficiency ratios. Unfortunately, we have seen some declines over the past year. Our assets turnover ratio dropped from 0.81 in 2022 to 0.74 in 2023, meaning we are generating less revenue for every dollar of assets we have. The inventory turnover ratio also dipped slightly from 3.50 to 3.36. This could mean inventory is moving slower than before, which might be tying up cash and increasing costs. But the most concerning change is in our receivable turnover ratio. It fell from 307.58 to 33.37, which means we are taking much longer to collect payments from customers. This impacts our cash flow and our ability to reinvest in the business. We need to act fast. I suggest tightening our credit policies, speeding up receivable collection, and reviewing how we have using our assets to drive revenue. Any thoughts on this?
I agree with you, our Chief Financial Officer. So the numbers clearly show that we got room for improvement, right? For the inventory side, I've noticed that the slight drop in the inventory turnover ratio means that we might be holding on the stock longer than necessary. That's not just tying up cash, it's also increasing storage costs and the risk of obsolete inventory. So I would like to suggest a few things that we can do to improve. So the first is we need better demand forecasting. If we know what customer want and when, we can manage inventory more efficiently. Secondly, we should review our safety stock level and reorder points. Maybe we're being too cautious and holding more inventory than we need. And last, I suggest we look into faster replenishment cycles with our supplier. This will let us order smaller quantities more often. What do you guys think about this approach? Any ideas, our sales manager?
Then I would like to chip in on the sales side. I'm particularly concerned about the asset turnover ratio and the steep drop in the receivable turnover ratio. Slower collection means we are leaving money on the table for too long, and that affects our ability to invest in growth. To this around, I think we need to focus on selling products that move quickly and bring it in good margin. We could phase out slow moving items that tie up resources. Next, we revamp our pricing strategies to stay competitive and attract more buyers without hurting profitability. Lastly, about total receivable, what if we offer customer discount for early payment? That might motivate them to pay faster. I'm open to the other idea, but I think this step could help us some quickly.
Brilliant, sales manager. We can proceed with it. Let me say something. From the workforce perspective, I can see how productivity might be playing a role here. If employees are not as efficient as they could be, that could impact inventory handling, sales performance, and even how we manage receivable. Here, what I think we can do to help. First, offer targeted training session. For example, inventory staff could benefit from learning better management technique, and sales teams might need support with negotiation skills. Second, introduce performance incentive. If employees see a clear link between their effort and reward, they are likely to push harder. And the last one, we can use technology to streamline workflows. Simple tools to improve communication and reduce bottlenecks could make a big difference. That's all for me.
Thank you everyone for your ideas and approach. I will propose it to our board of directors as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Alright, let's dive into our next issue. I have reviewed our profitability for 2023 compared to 2022, and unfortunately, the numbers are great. Our gross profit margin fell from 14.8% to 11.7%, which means either our production costs are up or we have got inefficiencies to address. It gets worse. Our net profit margin dropped from 11.1% to 6.5%. That's a big hit for our company. And then there's our return on assets, down from 9% to 4.8%, and return on equity declining from 10.7% to 5.6%. It's clear we need to take some serious steps to turn this around. Let's finalize our plan to address this.
Definitely are not where we want them. Part of the problem might be our focus or lack of focus on high margin products. If we are not promoting those, it's no wonder our gross profit margin is shrinking. I would suggest launching campaigns especially around our high margin product. We should also refresh our marketing approach, target niche market, implement customer loyalty programs, and explore pricing strategies like dynamic pricing to maximizing revenue. Are you agree with me, operation manager?
I completely agree. So, but we also need to address our cost structure. Those declining margins are a sign of inefficiency and rising operational costs. I propose we streamline our production process to reduce the waste and improve our efficiency. Negotiating better with supply contracts and exploring energy efficient system will also significantly lower the cost.
Well, both of you make a great point. I have been benchmarking us against competitors and we are falling behind. Most of them are maintaining better profitability ratios, so they are really doing something that we are not. So we need to revisit our pricing strategy. If we can price competitively without sacrificing margin, that will help, and investing in high margin service that align with market demands will position us better for the future.
Okay, it's settled then. Here's our final plan. Marketing will launch targeted campaigns, focus on high margin products, implement customer loyalty programs, and update pricing strategies to boost revenue. Operations will optimize process to reduce waste, negotiate better supply contracts, and explore energy efficient solutions to cut costs. Finance will refine pricing strategies, benchmark industry best practice, and develop a financial model to measure the impact of this challenge change. Execution start immediately. We will regroup in 2 weeks to review progress and make adjustment if needed. Everyone clear on their roles?
Great. I'll focus on optimizing operation and cost reduction.
We will get started on the campaign right now.
On it, I will finalize the benchmarking and financing models.
Great, let's turn this around together. Thank you everyone for your time. Until the next meeting, you guys all are dismissed.
Thank you, Chief.
Сигма, сигма бой, сигма бой, сигма бой. Каждая девчонка хочет танцевать с тобой. Сигма, сигма бой, сигма бой, сигма бой. Я такая, все, что добиваться будешь год.